Hello folks and welcome back to episode 10 of the series. We're fair getting into now, we're now in the double digits, so we're cracking on with them now. This originally I was going to do this episode as a Buckfast lane. I was going to go with it's a play on a popular fermented wine in Scotland, but I don't think it's really relatable, so I've kind of changed up the event name. This month's going to be, we're called Border Skirmish, and we're pretty much going to go down the old route of England versus Scotland workers. So we're just going to put them against each other and kind of see who comes out on top. Might do that as like an annual thing. We've got a few English guys in the roster. We can bring in a few kind of English guys from outside the company as well. And then down the line, we might even add in a few more countries as well. Just try and keep the events to be a wee bit different. For now, anyway, we might change it when we go into like a full programme of doing TV shows and events at the end of the month. But for now, we're only doing really one mid-show and a full show at the end of the month. So we'll keep it at that. I hope you're all enjoying the series. I'll try and kind of just keep firing out the episodes Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays where possible. Just try and keep it to 3 a week. Might try and do 4 a week if we can, but we'll keep it at 3 and see how it goes. Anyway, likes, comments, subscribes, all appreciated, and I hope you enjoy the episode. Right, so let's get on with the mid-show, the mid-month show, I should say. We're booking war, we're in week 2, and we've got 71 people at the Classic Grand, which actually, that's about the same as we had for the last show. We've still left the price tickets. Not sure entirely what to do with the price ticket thing just now, because we're getting an extra 20 people when we put it as free. We're still getting 70 people when we put it as very cheap, but we're making money from the tickets. We'll play about with it. So Grado came out, he's announced that the Border Skirmish, we've changed the show name to Border Skirmish. It's going to be a good old Scotland versus England show. So we'll see a few of the matches being set up in this episode as well. Started off the segment with a 35, which is pretty good. Then we've got Krieger versus Jason Reed. That got a match rating of a 26. Good heat, decent wrestling. Krieger had a performance of 33 and Jason Reed had a performance of 28. So that was a good segment. Decent match for two guys that are pretty much not getting a lot of wins just now, so we just wanted to throw them in and see if we can try and get one or two of the guys a wee win here or there. Next up was Steve Xavier versus Craig Anthony. It was a segment rating of 28. It was a decent match. Steve Xavier won by pinfall. He had a performance of 32. Steve Xavier seemed off his game, and maybe because he's a bit pissed off at the minute. Craig Anthony's lost quite a lot of matches, but we're running this was a storytelling match where we're running the storytelling thing of Craig Anthony's again, he just can't get a win. So next segment we've got Lana Austin versus April Davids. She won in 8 minutes by submission. It was a segment rating of 30. Just a good performance. April Davids was off her game. She's not annoyed at anything, so I'm not sure why, but she is getting better at her gimmick though. So that was a segment rating of a 30, which was quite good. And then after it, Lana got on the mic. She didn't do very well at all. Very poor improvising dialogue. So she got on the mic. Basically, she wants to fight Debbie Dahmer at the Border Skirmish, but Debbie Dahmer saying, do you know what, it will be a tag team match, it won't be a title fight. So we've got Lana Austin was poor, and so both of them probably needed to be scripted in future for that, because we got a segment rating of 25. It's still not terrible, but it could have been a wee bit better. Next up, we've got it was a challenge actually. Yeah, that's right. So we had Mikey Whiplash done an interview with Billy Kirkwood in which he challenged Chris Renfrew for the next event. Chris Renfrew comes out and accepts setting up a singles match between the two. That was for the next event. So that was a really good segment. We got a 40 for that one. Really good work by both guys on the mic there. don't know why Chris Renfrew didn't get why Mikey Whiplash didn't get a rating for that, or well, either good or bad basically, but we'll take that. It was a 40 segment, that'll do it. Right, I've never done this before. Let's just pre-book this match. I wouldn't have forgotten it anyway because I've got it written down, but I've never tried doing this way before, so let's just save that in. King of Scotland titles on the line, and Chris Renfrew's going over. We'll pre-book that. Do you know what we'll do with that one? We will have a DQ finish, and we'll have, actually, because it's a title change, it won't be a title change, so we'll have Mikey Whiplash win that by DQ, but he's winning it by DQ because of outside interference. Let me have a look. Outside interference. Where is it? DQ finish. Yeah, I've done that. Where's the outside interference? But where are we? Is it further down? Let's see. Yeah, interference. And we're going to have BT Gun coming in. So that's how the match ends. It's just building up that feud between those two guys. So we'll advance that storyline. And then we'll pre-book that. So that's that done. Yep, that's fine. So good segment. Next segment, we've got Kez Evans and Felix Fortune. He won 9 minutes 31 seconds. A decent match. Kez Evans with a good performance. Felix Fortune was not good at all. Felix Fortune was just a guy we brought in just for enhancement reasons, just so that he could eat a pin here or there. I couldn't even find a photo of him to put in the game either. But it was a segment rating of a 33, so that's pretty good. And then after it, we've had a running attack with Super Santos Jr. Gained heat, which is good for the contender battle, but Super Santos Jr. is effectively setting up a match between these two at the next big event. So that was a 33. Again, not too bad. I think by and large the show was pretty good. We'll finish it off, see what the final rating was. A 33, which is actually quite good. Disappointing being we didn't script this part here in the match at the start, but otherwise, I mean, it was a really good show. So that'll do for this one. We'll just do the speech at the end. So let's give Kez Evans a bit of praise because he was really good. Let's do Mikey Whiplash. Sorry, it was Chris Renfrew, because he actually got a good rating for warming up the crowd, and Billy Kirkwood as well. Perfect. I'll catch you on the end of the month show. It's time for the big show. Well, right, so we're kicking it off the Border Skirmish show with Grado as usual, the usual bit at the very start. Segment rating of 37. Grado's welcomed the crowd, lays down the night's card, hypes everybody up for it pretty much. Got the show off to a strong start and got the crowd hotter, so we'll take that. Start off with a 37. Next up, we had Lou King Sharp versus Martin Kirby. Special appearance by Martin Kirby. Great wrestling, a decent reaction from the crowd. Lou King Sharp won in 15 minutes and 29 seconds. Again, we tried the technical masterclass here because two of these guys are very, very good technically and good stamina. And it's worked out really well, actually, because we got a 38 for that. And we didn't get any detraction at all. We put it nice and nearly at the start of the card, so that was a very, very good segment there. Another strong segment. Again, just the road agent stuff, but we can't help that. Next up, we had an interview with Lana Austin, she's announced Taonga as a tag team partner for the tag team match against Debbie Dahmer. So, yeah, did really well. 25 was good. Both the ladies did well on the mic, and Billy Kirkwood did well on the mic as well. So that's pretty good. Next up, we actually had the tag match. So we got a 27 rating. It was a decent match. Lana Austin and Taonga defeated Debbie Dahmer and Anastasia. So this is going to pretty much lead up to Lana Austin and Debbie Dahmer kind of going for the title a wee bit, I think. Anastasia had a ring performance of 21. Debbie Dahmer had a ring performance of 30. So basically, if you look at that, Lana Austin and Debbie Dahmer really held that match up. So they should technically, by the looks of it, put in a good match together, or a good series of matches if we do that. So a 27, we'll take that and we'll move on. And Kenny Williams faced TK Cooper, another special appearance. Good wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd. Kenny Williams defeated TK Cooper by 9 minutes and 51 seconds by pinfall with a cliff buster. Segment rate was a 35, so really strong performance from Kenny Williams and TK Cooper, so that was a pretty good match there all round. And Kez Evans versus Super Santos Jr. So Kez Evans was out for a bit of revenge. A decent match. Kez Evans defeated Super Santos Jr. in 9 minutes and 36 seconds by pinfall. A good performance. Segment rating of a 32, so that's pretty decent. We'll take that. I think most of the segments have been above 30, which is really good. And then we had BT Gunn interviewing with Billy Kirkwood. He's just taunting Chris Renfrew. He's just egging up that feud. Segment rating of 35, really good. So yeah, pretty much just standard stuff. Just coming out saying you might be fighting Mikey Whiplash tonight, but don't forget about me. I'm still here. Usual kind of stuff. And then we had the tag team match: Lewis Girvan and Robert Wishart versus Leighton Buzzard and Miles Kamen. About the great wrestling and good heat, Leighton Buzzard and Miles Kamen defeated Lewis Girvan and Robert Wishart in 15 minutes and 21 seconds. Miles Kamen was a weak link, which is not like him, but pretty much that's an epic match if you look at that, with three of the guys putting in a above 40 performance. So Leighton Buzzard and Lewis Girvan were really good. Robert Wishart was really good as well. So a segment rating of 36, it seems a bit harsh looking at the scoring there, but it's probably because there was a lack of heat to the actual match itself. We asked the boys to go all out. I'm just looking to see if there's any reason why we would have got detractors for that. It's a weird heel face combination. I get that, and it was penalised for the right. Okay, fair enough. Not much we can do with that, but it's a good segment all in. Next up, we had Noam Dar versus Chris Ridgway. We asked we booked this to keep Chris Ridgway strong, because he is still in good form just now, quite new in the promotion as well. And he's very good, so we want to try and keep him really good and in good spirits. So it was a really good match. Superb wrestling and good heat. Noam Dar won with a champagne super knee bar, 43 and a 46. Again, a good performance, and the segment rating was a 38 all in. So far, it looks like a really, really strong show. We're getting a bit better at booking everything, and the dirt sheet was pretty good. It was penalised for the weird heel face combination. Not really much but this show, obviously, this show was kind of like England versus Scotland, so we're not always going to match up in the heel versus face stuff, so I'm not overly worried about that. We possibly could have got a better rating for that, which looks like that could have been about a 40, but we'll take it. And then we had the final match was Chris Renfrew versus Mikey Whiplash. And about the good wrestling, Mikey Whiplash defeated Chris Renfrew by disqualification. So BT Gunn came in, beat up Chris Renfrew, causing Mikey Whiplash to win by DQ. Didn't get the title. Pretty much it's just to further that feud on. So segment rating of 37, again another good one. We'll finish the show and see where it puts us for an overall score. 37, which is, I don't think the best, but I think the best show is still a 38. 37's pretty good, to be fair. Only two of the segments were sub 30, and the rest of them were above 30, which for our popularity is 12 or a 13 actually at the minute. So that is an excellent show. It's like 3 times our popularity on average. So yeah, we will absolutely take that. So we'll just come back, recap the month, and we'll take it from there. And let's look at the news that we had this month. So Martin Kirby's gone, which we expected anyway. We only signed him in a 1 month, a 1 show deal. I meant to do the same with TK Cooper, and I've actually forgotten to do it. Other things of note really that's happened is Piper Niven, Dewdrop has actually, or Viper, as she's known in the WWE fans, she's actually left the WWE. The only problem we have is she still wants 500 quid per show, and we're not really in a position to pay that. The other interesting one is Joe Coffey has actually left. So, giving the game away a wee bit here, we have actually signed him. I didn't mean to do it until I kind of wanted to wait to see if he moved back to Scotland, because it'll cost us more money transferring him over. But his fee was only about 130 quid per appearance, which isn't overly bad. But that's just adds somebody else in to our roster who is a really good worker, very, very over as well. Financially, let's see how we did for the last month then. Right, that's a lot better. So last month we only lost £984, which is a lot better. We did sell £1,000 worth of tickets, which is our second best month. Sponsors not quite as high, merchandise not quite as high as well. The worker cost was £1,000 less. We know we managed to kind of work that out a bit better between the shows while just pretty much using too much wrestlers effectively. So well, I think we kept the tickets for the whole month there. We kept them at cheap. I think what we'll do is we'll do very cheap for the mid-month and then cheap for the main month, and see if we can just try and get a wee bit more fans. And there's a couple of would you say gimmicks. My mind totally went blank there. There's a couple of gimmicks I need to assign to some of the guys as well. Just that will help them get over a wee bit more. In terms of the size, we're up to a 14, so it's creeping up. That's I think within 3 months we've moved up from 12 to 14, so we're nearly at that 17 point that we need to be at. So we're heading in the right direction. But that's pretty much it for this month. We will come back and do the next show, which will be the Christmas Chaos show. So that'll be an interesting one. Yeah, pretty much. We're doing that in week 3 of December, so I need to remember that I've done that. I don't know if it makes a difference in this game, but I've put it in for week 3 thinking that if you do it for week 4, it's a bit close to Christmas and New Year time, so I don't know if that actually makes a difference in the game, but I didn't want to run the risk there. But we'll see how that goes. But for now, folks, thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one.